Okay, so here we go. You should have known that it wasn't going to be long before Civivi showed up again. I think that was already cut, or maybe I just cut it. I don't know. But this, if I'm not, yeah, this one was shown as new, but they may have opened it up to display. So it had, yeah, it's been open because the little dry thing is not in there. But you've got, you've got the rag that's unused. You've got all of the normal stuff. Yeah, so all the stuff's in there. And that pouch, I can tell you right now, is brand new. So it's new. Let's actually take a gander at the knife. You can figure it out. It says Banter. So this would be a Baby Banter II. Right here. C23074-1 Baby Banter 2 blue aluminum handle satin finish Nitro-V blade. So there we have it. Flat ground blade, I love those. This is just a little baby. It's actually, it's not too tremendously bigger or smaller than the Yonder, to be honest with you. Of course, smooth as I don't know what. No blade play, up, down, side to side, otherwise. And of course, it is razor sharp. And as always with Civivi, there is no burr. So you've got some nice finger gimping on the back, which is pretty doggone aggressive. It even catch my old gnarly thumbs up in there and hold them pretty good. And this is different. I don't usually see finger gimping in the finger choil, but it's there. But it's been smooth. So, and I'll be honest with you, I would not have a problem using it like that. I really wouldn't. And back here, to be honest with you, again, as always, any finger gimping on the blade or jimping on the blade, and you hold the knife back onto the handle. I can't reach it with my little sharp, pudgy fingers. That says WIUG, WIUG, I think, on the blade, and then of course Nitro-V. The pocket clip is recessed and it's got inset screws, and it's a heavy clip. All aluminum. It's kind of a satin finish otherwise, and then the milling is a cross mill, and they have this spacer in here, and I really like the fact that they seem to starting to put spacers in the pocket clip. So the pocket clip is reversible, and it is tip up carry only. So it is just nice. You got well, see, I have issues with these little tiny knives. I mean, you can flick it, but I can't thumb flick it very well. Yeah, I just don't. I guess so. If you get under it and put some pressure on it, then you can flick it. You're not just going to throw it out there because, and this is what I found: the bigger the blade is, the easier. Just barely flip, and it's out there. It carries itself on out because it's got enough inertia. But with these smaller blades, you got to really get behind it and do something. It's not just, and you may even put some wrist action in there because it's just not going to go on its own. And it looks like that crossbar is fully engaged on the back. That's nice. Your liners are completely encapsulated by the scales, and you got a nice back spacer in there. So let's, of course, reverse flick. The more I do that, the better I'm getting at it. Well, and then I do something like that. There we go. So I have problems with these smaller knives. And so this would be more to open it like that. And getting the timing right on these little small knives, because you don't have a whole lot in there, and you have to get it going and hold it longer before you release, and it goes on in and catches, because you don't have as much inertia with the blade. And same way as closing, you got to have it almost all the way closed, and you release and it'll go on down. Detent, it's a pretty doggone light detent. I mean, it's not bad. I can throw it out there. So of course it just disappears in my hand, but this gives you an idea. I mean, if my finger's in the finger choil, it's not really anything sticking out down at the bottom. So I'd have no problems using this knife like this. I think it's pretty cool. I like the knife. I like the blade. I'll probably just carry it possibly from time to time just to see how well it carries, but not something that I would have all the time, that I would just want to, you know, I got, there's so many other knives I've got that I really love those knives. Pocket clips, I think I may have said that, but it's a heavy. I love that teardrop blade, and of course I love all the flat grind blades. All that stuff is good. And I mean, I can feel the pocket clip. I can definitely feel it because the knife is so small. But and it's not really a knife that's going to be here in my hand, because that just leaves all this open space up here. And so that's not how I'm going to hold this knife. I'm going to hold this knife more like this with my fingers wrapped around it. So it's going to kind of be part of a fist. And so this is going to be coming across these pads, and it's pretty good size, and I can definitely feel it. And I can feel this a little bit, and I can feel this back here a little bit, and that's pretty much about it. It's not a big deal. But this style of knife, it's just not going to be one that you're going to be choking up and holding it like, with a fist, because the blade's too short. The blade is right there at a inch, just under an inch and a half. I'd say probably, I don't know, does this even say? No, but it's under a 2.5 inch blade. So that's not a blade for you to really accomplish a whole lot. I mean, you're going to be, doing some detailed work or something like that right there, holding the back of the blade, and you can even get, in here like this. But wouldn't recommend it. I'd just be holding the knife like this to try to do some close-up detail. Chances are I'll be using the knife like this right here to do a little bit of cutting, or just opening packages and stuff like that, cutting cardboard and what have you, but not really a fisted grip. And so it's going to be a precision grip, more or less, is what I would have on a knife like this right here, because it's just not going to be a whole lot of uses for me with a knife like this. But it would be perfect for cleaning fingernails, opening packages. That Nitro-V steel, I think, would be a really nice steel. I don't know how Nitro-V holds up without a coating, as far as possible marks or stains or rusting or anything like that. So I had to kind of do a little research on that and see, what that potential there is. But this right here is, if it would hold up, because I sweat pretty good during the summertime. And so if this would be a steel that would hold up to resistant to rust, then it would be one that I would probably use for my detail knife, of whatever, and then plus double as a fidget knife. And that's kind of my ideas as far as the Yonder. Same difference, except it's a little bigger blade and you got a little more options with it as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, that's about all I got. This is the Baby Banter II. Nice knife. I love it. It's cool. It's really light. Uh, it's very sharp, and it's got all the bells and whistles of a bigger knife. But it is a more small, petite knife, and so this would tend to be a knife that you would probably use more often because you're doing little things, opening packages and opening whatever, cutting wrappers and just whatever, versus a bigger knife that you would probably be less inclined to yank out and get open and blah, blah, blah. You know, like say, grab this big old honking thing here and go to whittling on something. That'd be a little bit different story that you may would be less likely to grab that big old thing, but the smaller one to do some little detail work. That edge is almost mirror, or it's not really almost mirror, but it's very, very shiny, very, very shiny. So anyway, that's all I got. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you sticking around and listen to me jibber jabber about a little tiny jigger. So if you're looking for a small pen style knife with some bite, which this is not a pen knife, but it's size wise, but it's got some bite to it. It's got some heft to that blade, so it's not a pen knife. But for just everyday, common uses, uh, this would be the knife to pick, honestly, because this is not this is a non-issue in my opinion because you're not going to just be using this knife so much that that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a quick get it out, open a package, close it up, put it back in your pocket type deal. Open letters and put it up, or whatever it happens to be. So definitely recommend it. I give it thumbs up. Of course, I think I give all CIVIVIs a thumbs up. Uh, and again, I appreciate you being here. And I would ask if you like this content, you would like and subscribe. But most importantly, comment below and let's talk about all this stuff. Let's get some conversations going because I want to learn about stuff too. And so the more you talk on the videos and ask questions and such, we all get something out of it. So I thank you and I appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you are still here. So I will see you on the next one. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.